First trade. Mitesh?
The ONGC is something which has come on my radar. I think that's ending the day with good price volume action. So that's a BTST which has stopped about or just below 145. A target of 148, how 149 for tomorrow can be looked at. And the other one is again IT name, that's TCS, closing near the day's high. That's a BTST as well. Keep a stop at 35.25 for targets of 35.65 for tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Mitesh, thanks very much for that. 20 points, by the way, is what the Nifty has, 17,895. Ambareesh Baliga is joining us for a quick check on things. Ambareesh, good to have you with us here. Thanks very much. As always, you know, this MSCI announcement later, of course, which we will react to tomorrow morning. How are you looking at it? We had Jonathan Sheasel earlier who was telling us that maybe a lot of it is in the price, but I don't know how that is because this is something which no one knows. I mean, how they will look at it, right? It's not as if they said that. Usually what happens is they say the revision is on this date, then they announce the stocks where the changes are going to happen, and then it's effective at some point later, which is not the case here. What's your sense?
No, because see, I mean, whenever there's a cut in weightage, we will clearly see some selling coming in from the funds which are holding that, and that could be after some period of time. But when that selling actually comes in, that is the time you'll have a decent amount of pressure. And before that, when the announcement is finally made, possibly you'll have a sentimental effect on the stocks, just like what we have seen today. So I think there is still further pressure going to be there on the group stocks. So, in fact, the sort of up move which we have seen, I've been suggesting at least some of my clients who had bought Adani at those lower levels to possibly book out and at least take home the profits they made in the last few days.
Okay, all right. Hi, Amrish. I wanted to focus on another name. I think you track it, Concord. Year to date, it's been quite an underperformer. I was reading a Nomura note, and they were sounding a little bit cautious as well. But do you believe post this recent underperformance is providing a good entry? If yes, tell us why.
Absolutely, because post the earnings, it had corrected decently well, and that's one of the reasons I started again looking at it. So clearly, Concor is actually a market leader in the CTO business with about 65% market share. Operating about 61 terminals, and the total wagons operated by them is about 16,700, about 27,500 containers, and they are awaiting delivery of 18,000 containers, which is about 60% more than what they have currently. And they can actually, easily work with 60,000 containers to meet the demand. So demand is there. So upside capability is decently huge. And they are also increasing the value-added services, which will actually generate better margins, because what we saw in Q3 was lower margins, but I see margins improving from terminal handling and logistics solutions. And the dedicated freight corridor, I think that's a huge trigger, because volume should actually jump majorly from FY24. As of the 31st January, what we're seeing is 17,024 kilometers out of 2,843 kilometers has already been commissioned as far as DFC is concerned. And the other trigger is the PM Gati Shakti framework, which is getting implemented. So like I said, Q3 earnings disappointed, EXIM business dropped, but December has shown some amount of pickup. So after the sort of a correction which we have seen in the recent past, I think at the current levels, the valuation is decent. And if you look at the next 3 years, 2-3 years, I'm expecting a 15% revenue CAGR. Earlier I was expecting 18%, but then I've downgraded post these earnings. And the EPS also I've downgraded for FY24 to 25 rupees. So based on that, my target is 780. But this is also a divestment candidate. So there is a possibility of a premium on this valuation. So as of now, my target is 780.
Do stay on. We need to slip into a very short break. Those are some